In just 8 minutes, uncover the most powerful lessons from Andrew Tate's explosive 1.5 hour interview with KyleForgeard, aired on March 6, 2025. Tate dives deep into success, mindset, power, and discipline, sharing hard-hitting truths that will challenge the way you think. Watch till the end. You won't want to miss a single insight. Here are 10 key takeaways from the podcast. Takeaway 1. Take responsibility for everything. Andrew Tate believes that men should take full responsibility for every aspect of their lives, even when things seem unfair or beyond their control. He argues that blaming external factors makes a person weak and powerless. He says that if something bad happens, even if it appears to be someone else's fault, a man must still find a way to improve himself and prevent it from happening again. For example, if a man gets cheated on, he should not just blame the woman. Instead, he should ask himself why she did not respect him enough to stay loyal. Maybe he was not confident, successful, or strong enough to be the kind of man she admires. Tate believes that by constantly improving, a man can avoid these problems in the future and create a life where he is in control. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 2. Wealth and power dictate influence. Tate emphasizes that wealth and power determine how much influence a person has in the world. He says that those who are financially unsuccessful or weak have little say in important matters. In today's world, people listen to and respect those who have resources and status. For example, he explains that if someone wants to challenge unfair systems, resist government control, or create change, they must first have money and power. Otherwise, no one will take them seriously. He shares that this is why he teaches people how to build wealth, as financial success gives people freedom and the ability to shape their own lives. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 3, hardship builds strength. Tate strongly believes that facing hardship and pushing through struggles makes a man stronger. He says that no successful man has had an easy life, and that true strength comes from overcoming difficulties. He encourages men to seek challenges rather than avoid them. For example, while in jail, Tate had no gym equipment and no control over his environment. Instead of complaining, he did thousands of push-ups daily to stay mentally and physically strong. He says that people who are afraid of hardship will never grow, but those who embrace struggle will develop the discipline and resilience needed to succeed in life. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 4, happiness is overrated. Tate argues that modern society places too much importance on personal happiness. He believes that people should not focus on trying to be happy all the time, but instead concentrate on being productive and making others happy. He states that happiness is often a distraction from achieving real success. For example, he explains that a father who works hard to provide for his family may not always feel happy, but he will feel deep satisfaction knowing he is fulfilling his duty. On the other hand, someone who constantly chases pleasure, such as partying, drinking, or using drugs, might feel happy for a moment, but will eventually find their life empty and meaningless. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 5, men are valued for their competence. According to Tate, men are judged based on their skills, achievements, and ability to provide. He believes that a man who is weak, broke, or incapable will not be respected, even by the people who claim to love him. For example, he explains that if a man tells his wife and children that he loves them but cannot provide for them or solve their problems, his love is meaningless. He says that women are naturally attracted to men who are strong, successful, and competent. He advises men to focus on self-improvement, becoming more skilled, and increasing their value so that they can be respected and admired. We're halfway through the video. Thank you for sticking with us this far. If you're enjoying it, please give us a thumbs up and share it in your WhatsApp groups. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so feel free to comment below. To see more videos like this, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Now let's continue with the video. Takeaway 6. The modern dating game is brutal. Tate discusses how social media and technology have completely changed the way dating works. He explains that in the past, a beautiful woman in a small town would only have local men as options. However, today, that same woman might be receiving messages from wealthy men in different countries who offer her an exciting lifestyle. This means that average men now have to compete with the richest and most powerful men in the world. For example, he shares that many women today are being invited to luxury vacations in places like Dubai or Miami just because they have a large social media following. He argues that men who do not work on improving themselves will struggle to attract high-quality women because the competition has become global. His advice is for men to focus on becoming more successful rather than complaining about how difficult dating has become. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 7. Success requires total dedication. Tate believes that success does not come from occasional effort or seeking motivation. Instead, it requires complete dedication, discipline, and consistency. He criticizes people who look for shortcuts or wait for inspiration before taking action. For example, he explains that while in jail, he did not allow himself to feel like a victim. Instead of wasting time feeling sorry for himself, he trained his body and mind every day so that he could emerge stronger. He believes that the most successful people are those who work hard every single day, even when they do not feel like it. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 8. The system is designed to keep people weak. Tate argues that governments and large institutions deliberately keep people weak, distracted, and dependent so that they are easier to control. He warns people not to blindly believe mainstream narratives and encourages them to think for themselves. For example, he points out that traditional education does not teach people how to be financially successful. Instead, schools and universities push political agendas and create workers who follow orders rather than independent thinkers. He believes that people need to actively seek real knowledge outside of conventional education systems if they want to escape this trap and achieve true success. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 9. Leaving a legacy matters more than survival. Tate believes that people should not just focus on living comfortably, but should aim to leave a lasting legacy. He argues that history only remembers those who achieve great things, while the rest become forgotten. For example, he compares famous leaders like George Washington and Napoleon to the thousands of soldiers who fought in wars but were never remembered. He encourages people to live in a way that ensures they make a lasting impact, whether through business, personal achievements, or influence on others. Now let's move to the last takeaway. Takeaway 10. Mindset is everything. Tate emphasizes that the right mindset is the most important factor in success. He believes that many people fail in life because they allow negative thoughts, excuses, or doubts to hold them back. He says that having total confidence and mental strength is what separates winners from losers. For example, he explains that while in jail, he refused to think like a prisoner. Instead of complaining, he focused on training his body and preparing for his future. He believes that the way a person thinks about their situation determines their success or failure. He advises people to develop a strong mindset and never allow fear or doubt to control them. These 10 takeaways cover the major themes from the podcast and offer valuable insights for those looking to improve their mindset, success, and overall approach to life. Tate's messages focus on self-improvement, resilience, and the importance of taking control of one's destiny. By applying these principles, people can become stronger, more successful, and better prepared to face life's challenges. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed watching this video, please leave a like below and share this video in your WhatsApp groups. You can also discuss about this video by commenting below. To get more such videos in your timeline, press the subscribe button below.